Hi, my name is Steve Bowler, and in this video I'm going to be configuring PPP authentication. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to set up a simple topology here where we have router 1, router 2, and we'll have a router 3 here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the PPP authentication types of CHAP, which is Challenge Handshake Authentication Protocol, and we're going to use PAP, which is just Password Authentication Protocol. And I'm just going to show you how both of those protocols interact. You know, what's different with them. The main difference between the two is, PAP is plain text, doesn't do anything with the password, where CHAP is uses MD5 hashing. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll just go ahead and make our simple network topology here. R1 to R2, and then R1 to R3 using a serial link. We use 13.0/30 for the link between R1 and R3, and between R1 and R2 we'll use 12.0/30. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start the routers, and we'll go ahead and start configuring our PPP authentication. You'll see this PPP authentication, you'll see this on your studies for CCNA. You'll see it for, you might see it on the CCNP, mainly for the ISCW exam, where you're going over remote access, connecting, remote users into, your network, via maybe cable technology or DSL. You also see it in the CCIE, of course. Routing and switching is going to have, PPP authentication. Both over serial links, and you could also have them over a point-to-point serial links, and you can have them over frame relay networks, where you run encapsulation over basically you set them up on virtual access interfaces, so you can use frame relay encapsulation, but then you're running PPP authentication on top of your frame relay network. So it can get pretty complicated, as one might expect the CCIE to be. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go over CHAP and PAP. We're going to use on the top here to router 3, we'll use CHAP authentication, and then over here, down here to router 2, we'll just be using PAP. So we'll go into on the router 1 here. And we'll also run some debug commands, and we'll show you some good stuff that you'll need to know, for troubleshooting PPP authentication problems. First thing, I'm just going to rename the router. Go back here, start router 2. And what we'll do here now is you can see router 1, serial 10 is connected to router 2, so we'll go ahead and do that first here. Go interface, serial 10, put in the IP address 192.168. maybe 12.1 /30 subnet mask. I'm doing no shut. And we'll go to interface 011, which is our connection to router 3. We'll just do the IP address 192.168.13.1. And we'll do a /30 here as well. We'll do a no shut. And go ahead here and just put this here so we know router 1 is going to be the .1s for both connections, and then router 3 is going to be the .2, and router 2 is going to be .2, because we're working with /30 subnets. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up router 2 here. Again, PPP authentication give us a little security, you know. We'll lock them down to where they have to have, you know, remote routers going to have to authenticate using, you know, username and passwords. So again, right here we're on router 2, hostname R2. And then here, of course, 010 is going to be connected to router 1, so 192.168. Then we're at 12.2. We'll do a no shut here. And if we do a ping 192.168, 12.1, repeat 100, as you can see here, we have connectivity to router 1. Alright, so let's go to router 3.